Right now I am in the Abydos temple, and this was built by King Seti I about 3,000 years ago, more than 3,000 years ago. And it was completed by Ramses II. And this place is cool because some people believe that the inscriptions here are depicting UFOs. It's the only place in all of Egypt that shows these depictions of these crafts. And I haven't found them yet, but we're gonna look around and see what kind of interesting carvings we can find and just check it out.
Abydos is one of the most significant and ancient pre-dynastic temples. The pillars, the colorful walls, the history. This is one of the most interesting places to explore in all of Egypt. But before we go looking for signs of extraterrestrials and UFOs, let's share some of the known history about this place.
So I'm learning a little bit of the history here, and Ramses II seems to be like a lunatic. Everywhere he goes around and he plasters his name. So here, originally, this was all built by Seti, and Ramses came in and plastered his name over Seti's, and he puts carvings of himself everywhere. And Ramses was the one that completed this, maybe only 100 years after it was made. And yeah, Ramses built so much amazing structures around Egypt, especially in this area here of Luxor and down at the real bottom of Egypt near Sudan. These little light beams are intentional, and they light up certain areas in the temple at certain times of the day. And the priest would be standing here, or the priestess, in all white, and they would be reflecting. I don't know if you can see, but watch when I raise my hand right here, it makes more of the pillar light up. Watch. You see above right there? So when the priestess would have been wearing white, the whole column would have been lit up right there and sort of done this really cool cosmic effect. Here we can see a really beautiful carving of an offering to Osiris?
Horus.
To Horus. Here we can see a really beautiful offering to Horus. Of fruits. And also down here you can see there's used to be some kind of offering. What do the Ankhs represent?
It's a symbol of life and the soul.
A symbol of... So I remember reading somewhere a long time ago that this represents the earthly plane, this line going this way, and then up and down represents the transcendent plane, and this circle represents the cycle of life and how it all comes back around.
She's wearing the same thing that Bess wears.
Oh yeah, it's like a tiger or something, like a tiger dress.
Both of the guys, you see, they got their crutches. Horus and Djibouti.
I'm not sure if this is original, but it kind of gives you an idea of how they would plaster over the pillars. I wonder what they were making for the plaster. How do you even do that 5,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago? This looks like a shisha or something, like a pipe. Or like the Dendara light bulb, kind of. So just about an hour and a half from here, there's another temple called Dendara, and some people believe that there is a depiction of a light in there. And this is not quite what it looks like, but this actually looks like a lava lamp. This guy's making us follow him. Hopefully he shows us the UFO.
He knows what we want.
Osiris. Horus. Isis. Osiris. Horus. Isis.
Oh, he just wants a tip.
Yeah, he called Horus Isis.
Did he?
Yeah.
Nice. So here's a good example of what I was talking about earlier, how the sun cleanses this temple and how the priests and priestesses would wear white. So step back a little bit. Now walk towards the light. Whoa. This looks like we have some Greek inscriptions here, which is not uncommon in some of these temples, as the Greeks actually adopted some of the Egyptian mythologies, and also there was some Greek pharaohs and even Roman pharaohs. So up here on top of these two pillars right here, the furthest pillars, I guess not the furthest, but if you look up here on this close to the ceiling, to the right side is where you can see the helicopter and what looks like a couple spaceships. Can you see them? So of course some people believe that this is an actual depiction of space travel here in Egypt, in ancient Egypt, but what archaeologists have discovered is that Ramses actually came and plastered his name over his dad's name, Seti, and just through time and aging and some of the plastering falling off, it has created these shapes, ironically, to make these spaceship-looking figures. Looks cool. This definitely gives all the people that believe aliens built this stuff something to grab a hold of.
Yeah. What do you think, though?
No, I think if they were space traveling, they would have way more than just one carving of it.
Yeah.
But I hope so. I hope it was aliens. And it would also be weird if aliens just traveled to Egypt to move rocks around.
Yeah.
I really love the idea that ancient Egyptians had some mysterious technology. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is this a temple of UFOs and alien contact? Or is it some eroded plaster? Let me know what you think. And click subscribe for more interesting places around Egypt.